Party, party. What a hoedown. All right. Guys, everybody, welcome to another episode of
Beach Cat Cinema Corner.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
We have another good one for you.
And this one, another one that just came out too.
Came out
was it March 8th? I think 4 days ago.
Weeks. March 8th? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this particular one is Damsel, starring Millie
Bobby Brown
from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
What a cool movie this was. I must say, I was really deeply impressed with the writing. Oh my gosh, it was spot on. Of course, the cast was really, really good, and did really good casting. And I mean, the cinematography for the say was also really spot on.
Right.
Man, I mean, it was just it's like if Cinderella, Snow White, maybe She-Ra was all in one. It's like this is the princess.
Yeah.
For sure for here. I was just so blown away that how it really became to be, like how she, the princess, she was a princess before her, Elodie. She was just a commoner, I think, before. But the whole premises of the story was that this kingdom needed the prince to be married in order to appease, or maybe not appease, maybe that's the wrong word choosing, maybe to keep a dragon away from their kingdom,
right,
due to some kind of promise or deal that they had. And so, being as it may, so he must have went through a lot of princesses to make sure that because basically the dragon is needed was royal blood.
Right.
So when the queen, played by Robin White, oh my gosh, I mean, that many of you have remember her from The Princess Bride, as she played the princess, as the sweet and daring princess. Now she's like this one character, she's the evil queen. What a flop! What a flip flop! No, not say flop. No, the movie wasn't a flop. What a flip flop! This character, her character, her playing a different character. Wow.
Right.
So, again, basically what they do, they had to go to this cave, have this ritual, and the queen had to slice the prince's, her son's hand, and then the soon to be princess, which was Elodie. And then they combined together, and so now she's of royal blood. So once that happened, they so you know how usually in marriage, like the groom will pick up his bride and carry her off, to wherever and live happily ever after. Nope, he picked her up, carried her over by a bridge, dropped her right down the bridge. Wow.
Yep.
What a marriage made, and that's what an insane marriage that is. So, but she managed to survive, and then so she, but also down there happened to be this dragon that these princesses are used as sacrifices, and so she fights her way through, and sure enough, I mean, yeah, she was tough, man. She was definitely hardcore.
Yeah.
So what's you think about?
I mean, I definitely love the dragon. The dragon's design was beautiful. It was completely different. It reminded me of like a combination of a demon, a dragon, and like you said, a griffin.
Like a griffin, yeah. A griffin, like, with the tail, and kind of like with the claws.
Kind of like a hippogriff from Harry Potter. Yeah.
Hippogriff. That's a perfect, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hippogriff. That's exactly what this dragon looked like.
Yeah,
spot on. Hippogriff.
And the dragon reminded me of Smaug from The Hobbit, and probably Maleficent at the same time. But I really liked Elodie. About to say Elodie, because Yeah, Louis.
Tomato,
Yeah,
tomato.
I really like the start of her where it starts off as this fair maiden who's getting married off. You know,
Yeah.
typical romance story between a prince and a princess almost. And I
Right.
do believe I was a little confused or stricken on whether they were speaking about Angela Bassett's character as the one who's coming from poorer class into Millie Bobby's family, and but then they obviously clarify that where the father was saying that he gave his daughter up for money to the dragon.
Yeah, that was a wild twist because
Yeah.
Angela Bassett's lady, I can't think of her name right offhand, but yeah, because her father was a belt maker or something
Right,
like that,
a rope maker.
Rope maker,
Rope maker,
yeah,
yeah.
rope maker.
Yeah,
And
and that's why she tied her hair for that little that little setup she did to try and trick the dragon.
because she learned, because she learned it from her stepmother. You know?
Yeah, I love that that she went on this kind of journey of a maiden princess, and obviously being distraught in just the treachery that she had from the new husband, or the new husband of hers, the prince. There's just this journey of her, almost kind of like I was referencing to God of War when Kratos lost his powers and he had this fall from grace from Olympus, and that just reminded me of the fall.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you ever played a game God of War. That's what Garrett's referencing to.
Yeah, and then like she had to go through this journey just to build herself, and then go back out into the world again. Same thing Kratos' journey was on, which was really interesting because obviously it just shows her like just shorter hair, the way that she came back into the castle with this just different demeanor about her, obviously making a deal with a dragon. I mean, that has to be one of the craziest things, and it was definitely like a Cinderella type of movie, but just with a completely different twist. I like it, man. It was very fantasy, very very fantasy based, very creature based. It was awesome.
Absolutely phenomenal. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. It was so capturing. So capturing. So I really encourage you guys, if you guys get a chance. It's on Netflix. So
and it just came out 4 days ago, so high recommend, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's oh boy, I tell you, I mean, Millie Bobby, as much as she has grown so much, and now to play like a different role, a different character. I mean, she's many of us known her for, like, of course, for Stranger Things.
And she was in Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. Yeah. And but yeah, she has really grown a lot into
and Enola Holmes.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Okay, Enola Holmes. Her name, I forgot. Her name starts with Enola Holmes, right?
Then you have Elodie.
Then you have Elodie.
Then 11.
Then you have 11.
Yeah.
Conspiracy? I don't know. Maybe. They somebody likes E's in their names. So that's interesting. Interesting to say the least. So, but yeah, there's a lot of other actors in there. Ray Winston played the father. Yeah, as we mentioned before, Angela Bassett played the lady.
And you said that the prince
was played. Is Nick Johnson? I think he played Zach, and any of you probably know if you ever seen Jurassic World. He played the older brother in there. And his little brother got caught up in with all the rest of the dinosaurs in that spear ball that they were riding.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and as I mentioned before, Robin Wright. Well, she used to be Robin Wright Penn. Now she's back to Robin Wright that played the queen. I'm not sure who played the king. He didn't really have much of a speaking role in that one. To think about it,
no,
it was just it was like that's we call him day player.
He definitely had a huge importance, especially when he was speaking about what he did to the dragon to get money. I think that was probably his most important scene to admitting to his daughter the treachery.
Yeah. But was that the same king? I think
that was a question I asked earlier about the one that with the men that killed the dragon. Dragon babies.
I think that was
right?
a different king.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Trying to figure out. All these numbers. So you guys have ever seen it? Yeah, check. Yeah, ask. Comment below about that. What do you think that there was a different actor to play the different king and whatnot? Because I think there was that scene too where you see that crown.
Yeah.
Right. So that had to have been some other king. Unless that was the.
So the King Roderick. Was Milo Tuomi? Tuomi, is that how you pronounce his name? Because we have Angela Bassett. Shout out to Angela Bassett, by the way. She's always so passionate about everything she does. She was awesome.
Yeah. Big time.
So Ray Winston is her father, right?
Right.
So then that king would have been King Roderick.
Okay.
I think. No, that was the king that was married to Queen Isabel.
Queen Isabel.
So
was played by Robin White. Right. I keep saying White. Right.
Who was it then?
Like I'm saying,
we'll do some digging.
The other king.
Yeah, it could have been this Matt Slack, and just says king. There's no. That could be him.
That's possibly him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was only 2 kings, and I think that was in there.
Yeah. Now this was an awesome movie, guys.
Yeah. You know what impressed me too when Gareth also mentioned about the dragon, like how the dragon was like when it spit out the fire. I mean, also not only just fire, but like lava, like stuff in there. I mean,
it was like a magma.
Really
that was interesting.
Complete meltdown of anything and everything in there, Mm-hmm. And I love the scene where Elodie was climbing on the crystals, because she figured out she was very smart on the ball on the go.
Right.
She because she recognized she read that map and saying how to get out of there, how to escape from this mountain, this cave, and free herself. But she almost did until that dragon came right through that little certain holes, and that dragon said,
Yeah, this the dragon's the voice actress's name for that is Shohreh Aghdashloo.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. She was in a few shows.
Movies, 24, The Expanse, Star Trek Beyond.
Star Trek, yes. Yeah, 24, yes.
Okay.
Now I reckon, yeah. I knew I recognized her voice, but I just couldn't quite pinpoint where exactly where, what her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 24.
Yeah, I would love to see the behind the scenes for her building the dragon and her voice acting for it, just like we saw.
Like you saw Benedict Cumberbatch.
First of all, when I realized that was him, I was like, "What the?" I was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah, and I think he did it in one shot too. Mm-hmm. That scene.
Yeah.
He just just let him go with it. I mean, he's just waltzing around, just saying his lines, and just like, wow, wow.
Yeah, especially the "I am fire, I am death."
Yeah,
the movie closes out.
Yes. Oh man.
What's your score for it?
All right. For the score for this, I have to give this definitely a 9.2. Because simply because I love the story, love the like you're saying the fantasy, the cinematography, everything that it was just enjoyable from end to beginning to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never by once I did not move away or steer away from it. I mean, I was totally captivated. On this movie, and Millie, and like I said, the rest of the actors did a phenomenal job. Delivering it all, and very made. And kudos to the editors too. Because that's important, and also to the writer. Excellent job. Right, that was a great story.
Yeah.
Good. I love fantasy movies. Yeah.
I would definitely do it like an 8.95. And I feel like one thing for me I would have loved to see was when the dragon was cutting the deal with that king that he was going to... he said, the dragon said, I want you to feel the same pain I did because I lost my children. Obviously, the camera cuts to something else. And obviously, I'm assuming when they shot the whole thing, they probably shot that entire dialogue through where it was explaining what exactly the deal was. Mm-hmm. Because when... Elodie came back to the castle, and the prince ran up to her and said, oh my God, there's only one girl left and I can finally marry who I want. But it was supposed to be, to my knowledge, a deal of 3. But when you look at all the princesses' names that were written on the wall, it's like there was maybe like 5 or 6 total. So
you're right. There's more of them.
Yeah.
Because they kept saying like, oh, there was 3. It was like, but I'm like, no, I think there was like more than that. That was on the wall. So maybe on the. But did we also mention before that maybe a couple of them like survived or lived through survive? We don't know. We don't know for certain. They didn't really say for certain.
Because the one with the V, I can't remember her name, but I don't think it was the Rania, the Princess Rania, Victoria. Okay, Victoria, she supposedly escaped, or maybe the dragon caught her at the entrance. I'm not sure, but because I don't think that we ever saw her again.
No.
Yeah, I would have definitely loved to see that. What else would I have loved to see? I'd love to see a little bit more about where Elodie's family came from and their establishment. And again, this stuff was probably shot in the full movie, and they just cut it down for Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was kind of like a Cinderella story in a way, because the mother was, it was mentioned, but they never said what happened. They said what happened to their mother.
Yeah.
And then, but their father got remarried to his stepmother. And whatnot.
What would be really cool is if they do a sequel. I don't feel like
think they will.
I do too. I can see Damsel 2, and it'll just be like the 2 in red dripping blood or something.
Yeah.
But it'll be just crazy, like to see the queen coming back, and she's just like all burned up. You know, and she's like getting ready to wage war on them, and maybe she's got her own dragon or something. I don't know. If that's the story, guys, we're coming right back to this episode we shot and being like, "Yo, I told you so."
Right? Yes. Oh man, but yeah, I really definitely enjoy. I really encourage anybody to definitely go check that out. Check it out for yourself. See what you think. You know, leave the comments below.
Yeah,
and see what you think about that. But, you have anything else to add?
That wraps it up. Yeah. It's on Netflix again, guys. So let us go check it out and let us know what you think.
Yes, and also please don't forget to hit the notification button. Hit subscribe.
Yeah.
You know, like us, follow us on YouTube. Yeah, we appreciate you all.
Yeah.
And we do read your comments, and we appreciate your comments. You guys got really delivering a lot of good positive comments, and we appreciate that. You know. But all right, but that's all I have to say right now. I guess that's it. That wraps it up. For Beach Cat Cinema Corner.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until then, keep checking this out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
See you then.